With its new remake just a week and a half away from premiering on Prime Video, let's talk about the original, which I may have only seen once, but I'm going to review it just because. Here's my review of Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. Bad Days Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1989 action flick Roadhouse, released by United Artists, directed by Rowdy Harrington, and starring Patrick Swayze as a cooler at a newly refurbished roadside bar who protects a small town in Missouri from a corrupt businessman. This film also stars Sam Elliott, Kelly Lynch, and Ben Gazzara. The film was released on May 19th, 1989, so I'm a little early for its anniversary, so it's been almost 35 years since the original came out, but I'm celebrating its anniversary early since its new remake is coming up. But I'll get to that later. Let's get into the story. James Dalton is a professional bouncer working security for a club in New York City. Although stoic and cool headed, Dalton is tormented by memories of a man he killed in self defense by ripping out his throat. Businessman Frank Tillman recruits Dalton to take over security at his club, the Double Deuce, in Jasper, Missouri. Tillman plans to invest substantial funds into the dilapidated club and needs Dalton's highly regarded skills to tackle the endemic violence and rough customers. Dalton agrees in exchange for full authority over the club's operations, immediately firing several employees for poor behavior, theft, and drug dealing. For privacy, he stays in a sparse barn owned by local farmer Emmett, unaware that the mansion across the adjacent lake is owned by local business magnate and crime lord Brad Weasley, who effectively controls the town through bribery, intimidation, and violence. Wesley's nephew, Pat, one of the fired employees, intimidates Tillman into giving him his job back and then attacks Dalton, who badly injures Pat and his accomplices. Receiving a knife wound in the process, Dalton visits the hospital where he befriends and eventually romances Dr. Elizabeth Clay, to whom Wesley is also attracted. After sending his henchmen to unsuccessfully try to disrupt business at the Double Deuce, Wesley offers to hire Dalton himself, but he refuses, and Wesley uses his connections to prevent the Double Deuce from purchasing alcohol from any suppliers. Dalton uses his own connections to secure some alcohol supplies and reunites with his mentor, aging bouncer Wade Garrett, who comes to town after receiving a disconcerting call from Dalton. Wesley sends his men to destroy the Double Deuce's alcohol supplies, but Dalton and Garrett defeat them. One evening, the auto shop adjacent to the Double Deuce, owned by Elizabeth's uncle Red Webster, is destroyed in an arson attack. After Dalton and the crowds return inside the Double Deuce, they find Wesley awaiting them. He has his men fight Dalton's bouncers and damage the bar before agreeing to leave. Wesley sabotages other businesses as the local owners discuss their futile efforts to stop him. Garrett attempts to calm Dalton, trying to assuage his guilt about killing in self defense and his frustration at being unable to end Wesley's campaign. Elizabeth also tries to dissuade Dalton from continuing before Emmett's home is blown up by Wesley's henchman, Jimmy Reno. Although Emmett is saved, the enraged Dalton fights Reno and rips his throat out, killing him to Elizabeth's shock and disgust. All right, now for the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below as I start counting down right now. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. Wesley later contacts Dalton, threatening that either Elizabeth or Garrett will die. Garrett is attacked but fights off his assailants while Dalton checks on Elizabeth, who is safe but unwilling to talk to him any further. Dalton returns to the bar to find Garrett has been murdered. Distraught, Dalton storms Wesley's estate, kills most of his henchmen, and defeats but refrains from killing Wesley, refusing to give in to his anger. Elizabeth arrives and reconciles with Dalton, but Wesley recovers and attempts to shoot him before being shot dead by the locals, including Emmett and Red. The police arrive, but all present claim that they saw nothing. Good one. Sometime later, the modernized and refined Double Deuce bustles with customers while Dalton and Elizabeth swim together in a lake. End of story. So, what did I think of Roadhouse? Well, after watching it for the first time not so long ago on Prime Video, which of course will be premiering its brand new remake in another week and a half, I must say it wasn't too bad. It was pretty good, what have you. I know I haven't watched too many of Patrick Swayze's films, even though after I've been, well, into, well, one of his last few films, which was 1998 film Black Dog. I knew I needed to see some more. I had seen a little bit of a few of his films, like Ghost and Point Break, but soon I got to see, well, a few of his films in their entirety, like Dirty Dancing and this film right here. So anyway, I think it was pretty good. When it was released, the film did pretty well, making a total of $61 million worldwide against its $15 million budget. Despite getting mixed reviews and what have you, the film sits at 41% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying, where the film is simply bad or so bad it's good depends largely on the audience's fondness for Swayze and tolerance for violently cheesy action. Well, that's true. You can consider it to be a so bad it's good film. That's what some people said this movie was a bad film, but hey, that was kind of a long time ago. Roger Ebert gave us a decent review saying the film exists right on the edge between the good bad movie and the merely bad. And he hesitated to recommend it because so much depends on the ironic vision of the viewer. This is not a good movie, but viewed in the right frame of mind, it is not a boring one either. Anyway, I am going to say this was still a good film in my view. It was also nominated for 5 Razzies, but didn't win any of them. For Worst Picture, Worst Actor for Swayze, Worst Supporting Actor for being Gazzara, Worst Director, and Worst Screenplay. Apparently, that it didn't win any of them. It's also listed in the official Razzie Movie Guide as one of the 100 most enjoyably bad movies ever made. But I'm understanding and what have you. It still gained a bit of a good following when it got shown on TV and what have you, and also got released on various forms of physical media. Going from one thing to another, from MGM, which of course owns United Artists, and then also Shout Factory released it on Blu ray even after MGM had done it. And more recently, it was released by Vinegar Syndrome in a 4K Ultra HD Blu ray combo pack a couple of years ago. Well, actually, correction, almost a year and a half ago because it was released late 2022. So, I'm going to say this film's not too bad, Wivey. I don't care what anybody says. The score from Michael Common's pretty good, and what have you. It features Canadian guitarist Jeff Healey, whose band is featured in the film. Yes, on the soundtrack. And there's also numerous other songs. Actually, Swayze also wrote one song and sang two for the soundtrack. Yeah, can you believe that? You better believe it. But anyway, there was also Bob Seger, Otis Redding, Lil Feat, and many others, and what have you. So overall, I think the songs were pretty good, and what have you. Now, for our cast, we have Patrick Swayze after he had recently finished Dirty Dancing. He played James Dalton. He did an exceptionally good job. Kelly Lynch played Elizabeth Clay. She was very good. Sam Elliott played Wade Garrett. I'm going to say he was good. Ben Gazzara played Brad Weasley. I mean, why am I saying Weasley? Wesley. Oh, sorry, my eyes. Sorry. It's just. Oh, I'd rather not talk about it. Sorry, everyone. Apologies. Kevin Teig voices plays Frank Tillman. Red West plays Red Webster. And there are several others in YV. Jeff Healy, Sunshine Parker, Marshall Teague, John Doe, who I remember that guy. He'd later go on to appear in Pure Country with George Strait. And there's several others in YV with. So anyway, I think this was just so good in YV. I don't care what anybody says. This film's kind of underrated, but still, I think it was pretty entertaining, despite the reception it got. Years later, it would get a direct-to-video sequel in 2006. I've never actually seen it. I have encountered it on various streaming services, though. And of course, there's going to be a brand new remake coming up in a week and a half on March 21st, directed by Doug Liman, who you may know, who directed Mr. and Mrs. Smith, The Bourne Identity, Go, Jumper, and Edge of Tomorrow. And well, it's actually going to be this retelling is actually going to be built around the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and will star Jake Gyllenhaal. But I'll get to that when I do a spoiler-free review of it, which I'll probably be doing that once I see the film on the day it's released itself. So there won't be really no changes. So I'm going to keep most of my changes for that week the same. But I will have one additional review coming up next Monday. I won't tell you what it is, though. I'll tell you when I get to it, okay? So anyway, Roadhouse is pretty cool and what have you. It's got a pretty good cast. Its score and soundtrack of music is good. So overall, I'd say it wasn't too bad at all. But would I recommend it? I'd say if you are a hardcore Swayze fan, even though he's been gone for some time, may he rest in peace, then I'd say go for it. But if you're curious about it, then I would recommend you give it a one-time watch. So that's my verdict on the film. So anyway, what did you think of the original Roadhouse? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of the TV special Free to Be You and Me. So thanks for watching. If you like this, check out my reviews of these other two Swayze films I've reviewed. These are the only two of his I've reviewed so far. The upper left-hand corner is my review of Black Dog, a real guilty pleasure of mine. Or go to the upper right-hand corner and see my review of Dirty Dancing. Or if you would like another brutal fighting flick, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my review of Fight Club. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, on the Big D saying, see ya.